What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Turbo Troller channel. I'm so excited to have you today. Now today we are going to try something different. I've been soul searching about my channel. I absolutely love making videos with awesome video game music. That video game music is stuff I played growing up, so it's very near and dear to my heart. I want this to be a happy and fun channel. I want this to be a channel free from, well, you suck at the game and you're not good, and what rank are you, and your rank is all you're worth, and if you're not a high
10
rank then
seconds
you suck.
remaining.
None of that has any bearing on me and this channel.
5 seconds
Those
remaining.
people just don't belong here. This isn't for them. This video is for people who genuinely want to look at games and about Archon rank and see the mistakes that people are making, see how we turn unwinnable games into winnable games, just learn a thing or two here and there. And most of the people that I interact with are generally low Crusader or Guardian, low Guardian. There doesn't seem to be a lot of people above those ranks, and so I figured that this video would be a perfect way to start with some good content. As far as learning about strategies to turn turbo games. Now,
Prepare for battle.
Turbo is a different beast in and of itself. Today we are playing Shadow Fiend. As you can see, I've got anonymous mode on. I do not want you guys finding the people that I play with. I do not think that's okay. I want you guys to be able to watch this and learn. That's my biggest deal.
30 seconds to
So
battle.
we're gonna kind of watch this game, and I'm actually gonna hover around me here. So I'm going to talk over. It's going to be a little bit of a long video, but if you like learning, then this is going to be perfect for you. So let's get into this. The first thing is, with Shadow Fiend, we've picked kind of position 4. Well, no, we'd be position 5,
The
wouldn't we?
battle begins.
We've got Jakiro top with me, and you'll notice that I position. Let's go back and watch that. So right when it's about to hit here, it's hard to.
Are you ready to rumble?
There we go. I start walking this way, they start walking that way.
The battle begins.
Immediately, I kind of know that they're there, so I position here because I don't want to go up here and risk them being there. And it actually turns out that all 5 people are there. So by positioning in the middle, I knew that we could secure this one, but I wasn't sure about securing this one. And because of that, I'm still alive, as you can see. Now, the reason we teleport, even though we're somewhat close, we were right here, is because we want to block the wave. Blocking the wave allows me to get early game pressure on the map. These guys are probably not going to waste resources, and they're going to run up here. Which I do not recommend. Because we did that, we got an extra creep. We were able to pretty much set the lane up the way we want it, and we can deny. Now with Shadow Fiend, a lot of people have asked me how to play Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend is one of those champions, or heroes, as you guys have corrected me, that generally doesn't want to be aggressive. And that may come as a shock to you. But it is actually really bad Shadow Fiend players that are aggressive unnecessarily. You've got to understand you're extremely squishy, and you're a scaling hero, meaning I need souls. I need to stack my souls, and that's where my damage comes from. So knowing that, when I see a Shadow Fiend player running up and raising and getting all in my face and shoving the wave, hard shoving, yeah, you'll win early game just because you're being so aggressive and I don't want to deal with you if I'm versing you. But you better guarantee when we hit mid game, I'm going to hunt you. And 99% of my games I do because I know that. So you'll watch me here. I'm literally just positioning back. We're sitting back. We're waiting on the CS or the creeps. I don't know what they call them in Dota terms. I used to play League for 10 years. So we do that. My goal, and I knew that this was my goal before the lane even started. I said if Tiny and Wraith King are together, we either get them early game or we don't get them at all. And then we just try and stave off their push. Because all Tiny has to do, a good Tiny, will throw Wraith King in, He'll get rid of Jakiro or me. We're both squishy, and there's nothing they can do. They have more HP. They have more strength. They can easily withstand our assault. And Jakiro, quite frankly, is kind of inting this game. He's not really doing what he should be. Now, as you can see, the Tiny has already started. He's level 3. He immediately threw in. And look at the difference. I tried to attack Tiny in all of them, and I'm getting extra pokes, making sure, because I know they can't turn around and do anything. Their stuff is on cooldowns. But just to get some extra damage. But look at the trade. I mean, they won that without even trying. All Tiny has to do is land his throw, and we lose, just point blank. Now, what's interesting is he stunned me
First blood.
and didn't go for Jakiro. I would have all in on Jakiro because they know they can't kill me from full health, and I know that they know that. So that was an odd play by them. But as you can see, Jakiro's already kind of inting my lane. Like, Jakiro is playing like he's scared, and he's also playing as if he doesn't know what Tiny and Wraith King do. Like, they're a very strong, extremely strong, very common lane that you really have to respect. And I emphasize respect. You have to respect the ability that they have to two-shot you. I mean, it's very real. You know, whether you like it or not, that's just Dota. You put two high-strength champions together. I mean, even Pudge and Tiny. I mean, good luck. You know, the lane's going to be a nightmare. And so what I'm seeing right now is this game is very difficult.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So
attack.
again, he didn't respect the boundaries. He walked way up. If you look at his positioning, he was way in front of me. So this game is an excellent example of when your teammates feed, because I've found in my turbo games and even in my rank games, 99% of the time my lane opponent or my lane partner will feed. And that was a knee-jerk reaction. It ended up working out, but it was pretty bad. Tons of improvement to be made to his gameplay, and he'll rank up no problem. Just seeing. Now, I'm level 6 now, but that means Tiny and Wraith King are about to be 6 as well. As soon as they hit 6, there's 0 chance we kill them. And that's just the way it is. I don't have enough stacks. I have 20 stacks, but my damage is not
Radiant's middle
comparable
tower
to their
is under
strength.
attack.
So right now, Wraith King, he's got phase boots, he's got this, he's got a bracer. There's no chance we kill him. No chance we kill him. Tiny is giving him mana so he can infinitely spam his Q. There's nothing we can do. And I'm being defensive as a player. Like, I'm genuinely you know, genuinely trying to
Radiant's bottom tower
evade
is under attack.
and trying to farm without being and you know, knowing in the beginning of the game, I knew that we weren't going to win this
Radiant's
lane.
middle
I mean,
tower
either
is under
Jakiro
attack.
has to be really
Radiant's
good.
middle tower has
Notice
fallen.
Jakiro was positioned in front of me with no vision, and immediately he gets punished for it. I mean, that's like some low stuff right there, man. And you know, I'm kind of baiting him
Every coin helps.
because I know Tiny's over there, so I run up to him, seeing if he'll waste his stun on me. And he didn't. He didn't fall for the bait. So, you know, right now I know where both of them are. I'm watching the map like a hawk. I know what my mid lane is. I know that my mid lane is push tower, and I know that my mid lane's going bottom. I also know that Huskar is extremely strong right now. I know that. I've been watching the map. I've been watching the kills. He's a big boy. Now look, Jakiro again, positioned in front of me. Look at the difference. I'm running. He's lower health, and he's running right at him. So Jakiro quite literally is inting my game.
Killing spree.
And I'm not being ugly about
Dire's
it.
top tower is under
I'm just
attack.
playing in a way that's selfish for me. You'll see I'm going off and farming. At this point, I know that there's nothing I can do. I know that Wraith King's coming for me. And I will probably die right here. In fact, I do think this is one of my only deaths this game.
Killing spree.
And you know, like I said, I knew, I was kind of hoping that my team would
Dire's
TP
top
in.
tower has fallen.
And every time I hope that my team does something, I'm 100% wrong. So that was my mistake. I died because I was not, I put too much trust in my team. That's my fault.
Dominating.
Won't happen again kind of thing. And that's the other thing you guys have to realize. Like, we know Tiny and Wraith King are snowballing the lane. We know
Radiant's
it's a matter
bottom
of
tower
time
is under
before
attack.
they come. So knowing that we can't win top,
Selfish.
I
Radiant's
literally
bottom
start
tower
shoving
has
other waves.
fallen.
I want to put as much pressure on this map as humanly possible while staying safe. So I'm checking for Rune. You know, I know where Wraith King and Tiny are. I know that there's 3 people top, undeniably. I'm not looking to team fight at all right now or anytime soon. I'm looking to shove waves. I'm looking for them to be over aggressive. You see Faceless go in, he dies. Huskar I know is big. So I'm actually watching this as I'm in the jungle right now. I know what's going on. And I'm farming stacks. With Shadow Fiend, you want tons of stacks. You want stacks on stacks on stacks. Wraith King doesn't really have the damage to finish him. But with Tiny there, he did. But they missed their timing completely. So what I did was I took
Dire's middle tower has
the big creeps. I'm coming back. I'm keeping the wave shoved. I'm not allowing them any chance to get ahead. Now, if you'll notice right now, I've got 20 stacks. I do have Mask of Madness, which for me, I don't need many more items than that. I mean, I need crit, I need Shadow Blade, and then I'm starting to steamroll. In this game, I'm not going to be the guy 1v9ing. I already know that. Early game was indicative that I got behind because of Jakiro and because of myself. In order to turn that bad situation around, I opted to be a backseat player. I opted to be support. Not literally support, but to be more workable with the team. Like, I'm looking at map, I'm pinging, I'm making sure people know where everybody is. I'm drawing on the map, like they're here, they're here. I'm letting people know. Sometimes you'll see me warding this game. You know, you may not see it. It may have already happened. I know I warded top a couple of times, 2 that I can recall, because this is right after I just played this
Dire's
game.
bottom tower is under attack.
You look, I know that they're strong. I know they're together. So like I said before, I'm constantly looking at the map, guys. If you are not looking at the map
Radiant's top
and you
tower
are in
is under
Guardian
attack.
and you are in Herald
structures
and
are
Crusader,
fortified.
that is 100% the reason you are where you are.
Dire's middle tower is under
The
attack.
amount of things you can do
Radiant's top
with the
tower is
information
under
that you
attack.
will learn by constantly looking at the map, I'm almost willing to say will dictate your rank, because I'm not good at this game by any means, but I do know where people are most of the time.
Monster kill.
Not all the time, because obviously I'm in legend rank, but I mean, you know, I would actually say I'm in Archon, because I switch back and forth. I go from Archon to legend often. Like, I'm right at the very threshold of legend. So here, like I said, we're not trying to be number 1. We're not trying to get 1,000,000 kills. They have Tiny, they have Ogre, they have Wraith King. There's no way I can be number 1 with the team that we've got. So right now, looking at our team, what do we want to happen? We've got a Witch Doctor, a Faceless Void, and a Huskar. There's no reason for me to be anywhere close to engaging ever. You know, there should never be a time where I'm up close to the front line ever. So now that we've got our Shadow Blade, that opens up some options for us. You can see Huskar is man-moding, and you can easily say, well, you just got carried. That's not it at all. There's games where I do the carrying that look just like this. You know, you have to understand, your team. Every game will be a different team with a different problem. And it's up to you to read that team and decide what you need to do to be the best possible fit for your team. Now, there's some games that just aren't winnable. You've got 3 people entering your game. I have it happen in my ranked games. It is what it is, you know. But here, I already know that we've got 2 guys down, our strongest guy down. But I see an opening here. I know Jakiro's going to die. I'm kind of vibing with Witch Doctor, and I do die here. This going in for Lena was stupid.
Double kill.
I was hoping to get a double kill. I didn't. That was just dumb of me. I shouldn't have done that. But I wanted to rush Daedalus. You know, I wanted to get on the map. I wanted to get online.
Radiant's top tower
So
is under
I
attack.
greedily ran in, even though I knew I was going to die. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. And I believe that's the last death of this game. You've got to understand, I've died 2 times of our 14
Dire's
deaths.
middle tower is
Split
under
across
attack.
5 players, that's not even, that's nowhere close to the average. I know Huskar's doing well right now. So, I mean, pretty much we're going to let Huskar, Witch Doctor, and Faceless Void dictate the fights. I'm going to ping on the map where people are. I'm going to make sure they understand where people are on their team. I'm going to keep splitting, keep getting stacks. And we're going to close out this game doing just that. And in fact, that's exactly what we do. You know, you could easily say Huskar carried you. Yeah, but what about my Inting Jakiro who, died 4 or 5 times in lane? What about that, right? So, you know, if life gives you an apple, you better eat it. That's kind of the situation we're in. Here we go bottom. They responded. They want to go bottom. We see Wraith King. We're going to catch him off guard and get a pick, which was a genius play. Wraith King putting his ult on cooldown is absolutely massive. Why is it massive? Because number one, he's alone. Number two, it prevents him from being more of a threat in a team fight. Wraith King in a team fight is absolutely scary as crap, regardless of what rank you are. Any rank, it's scary because his potential is insane. He's tanky, he has high
Dire's
damage.
top tower
This
is
guy's
under
running
attack.
blade mail, so he's
Radiant's
reduced.
bottom tower
He's
is under
limiting the
attack.
physical damage we can do out of self-mutilation there. Putting him on cooldown means that he can't just recklessly run in the next team fight and front line, and that's what we're hoping on. That's why we picked him off. Now here you see me going back. I want Huskar to be the front. I want him to be the one that takes damage. I don't want to take damage. So that was an excellent ult by Jakiro, excellent stun, and I'm able to sit in the back line. You'll notice I didn't take any damage,
Dire's top tower
and I'm in the
is under
fray
attack.
until right there with Ogre, but the team fight's over by then. So you'll notice I didn't take any damage, and I was extremely effective. If they walked up, they were guaranteed to die because I have so much
Radiant's
damage
bottom
right
tower
now.
is under
It's
attack.
absurd.
Radiant's bottom
So you'll
tower
notice I
has
saw
fallen.
Ogre walked up, I walked back. Now I know that I'm like decimating Ogre. So look at my positioning here. 2 guys right there. I'm as far away from Ogre as I can get and
Radiant
still in attack
structures are
range. That's what
fortified.
you want to do as a carry. So here, very simple. We let him die.
Radiant's bottom barracks
I'm
are
doing
under
about-
Radiant's bottom barracks.
I'm doing about
Radiant's bottom
350
barracks has
damage, 300 damage, 325 damage to the towers in
fallen.
case you were
Radiant's middle
wondering.
tower is under attack.
So I know that she's right there.
Dire's top tower
I
is under
immediately
attack.
invis because I know they don't have vision. And then I 2-shot her. I do 1,500 damage in 2 hits with 9 stacks. Just let that sink in. 9 stacks out of 20, some odd. And we're doing that kind of damage. Shadow Fiend requires patience.
Killing spree.
Oh yeah, I actually do die here, I think. Yeah, I do. Oh my god, right there. I was out clear. You'll notice that they didn't have a ward. I hit my Shadow Blade. I Shadow Bladed out, and then I accidentally reflex clicked my wand like a dodo, and I died for it. I was so upset. I even typed in chat like, my bad guys, I can't believe I did that. The way my keyboard is, it's kind of like the way I'm angled at my desk. It's kind of hard for me not to hit the spacebar when I get in a team fight just because it's kind of like a nervous habit. And I was home clear, man. I was freaking out of there. I had my Shadow Blade up. They had no vision. I was out of there. I would have not died there. I would have been 3-2 and 3 or whatever, instead of dying a stupid death. But that's why you watch these replay guys. Don't be afraid to watch your replays. Your replays are going to determine whether you're, I hate to be ugly, but whether you have the gall to rank up. A lot of people complain about their rank, but they won't watch their replays. How do you know you were perfect if you don't watch your replays? I've counted like 6 things I've done that are different than when I played this game. So, I mean, I've already picked up on things that wouldn't have necessarily made things better, but more along the lines of optimize, because we did as good as we could do despite the situation we were given. We had an inting position 4. We struggled to get stacks early. We did the best we could there, but, we started team fighting a little bit late. Little things like that, like I could have been, 10 feet forward instead of 10 feet back kind of thing, But overall,
Roshan
this game
has
was good.
fallen to the dire.
We were behind this game. In the very beginning of the game, they were pushing towards this tower early. I mean, like, they had 3 people, and we couldn't stop them until Huskar, took his lead over here. So, again, preach to the choir. We're taking our damage. We're getting stacks. We know our team's here, so I'm actively shoving the wave and then making sure I'm walking
Radiant's
here.
top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Somebody might ask on YouTube, like, why aren't you doing the game stats? Why aren't you doing the replay stats? So I can see who's ahead.
Radiant's top
Well, because
tower has
that's
fallen.
not helpful in replays. It's only helpful to glance every now and then. Like, let's say you die top and you're like, why did I die top? Like, I thought we were equal, and then you look at the gold stats. It's like, oh, he has 2,000 more gold than me kind of thing. But you don't have the game stats in game. So you need to be able to look at the game objectively and say, okay, this is
Dire's
happening.
bottom tower
My bottom
is
is
under
inting
attack.
terribly. We know they're low. You need to be able to figure out how much gold everyone has without the replay telling you. I mean, it's only for like confirming what you think. I would never use it to rank up and just have it rolling, because I think it's counterproductive to ranking up. I just do. And like I said, that's very opinionated. I could be wrong, but here we see Huskar going in. You'll notice I start coming that way. I'm
Dire's
shoving a
bottom
wave.
tower is under
You'll notice
attack.
the wave's coming to the tower. I'm shoving a wave, and then I'm heading right here. I know that, and I never want to be early to a team fight. I want them to waste their abilities, and then I want to come in. And that's exactly what we've done. And you'll notice, like, Wraith King's just sitting here punking me, so I hit my ult. I'm at 15 out of 20 some odd stacks. That's fine. It only takes 5+ stacks.
Radiant's
I
middle
say
tower
around
has
8 to
fallen.
9 to really do some
Radiant's
damage with
middle
this guy.
tower is under attack.
And we've got
Radiant's
Daedalus and
middle
Hurricane
tower has
carrying
fallen.
us the
Radiant's
rest.
middle
So,
barracks has fallen.
it doesn't really
Radiant's middle
matter. The
barracks
last game
has
of Shadow
fallen.
Fiend I did, I was hitting the tower for like 400 and some odd. Like, we were like 3-shotting the barracks. It was unbelievable. This game we didn't have a
Radiant's
Rockstar game,
middle
but then
tower
again,
has fallen.
our KDA's low.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Our KDA is very low. We
Radiant's
weren't the
top
star
tower
player,
has fallen.
but because we did what we did, and we didn't
Radiant's
allow
top
them the
barracks are
opportunity
under
to
attack.
feed off of us, it was a victory. It was a victory. That's something that you just learn with time. I find that lower players tend to focus on KDA, and I just don't think KDA is very important. I mean, I just don't. Now, if you're dying constantly and giving gold to key players, KDA kind of does matter. But I have died 10 to 15 times because someone was trash talking me and I was an idiot and I responded back. So their whole team had it out for me. So as soon as I spawned, they were hunting me. And because they were blindsided by hunting me, they didn't realize that even though I was dying, I wasn't really worth much gold. They were just doing it to send a message. We won the game. We won the game, and I was like 15, 20 kills down. I was like 0 and 18 or something like that. And you know why we won the game? Because I kept splitting the waves, kept taking towers. They would hunt me. I'd pull them to one side of the map. My team would go and take the other side of the map. It's very so even in situations where you're getting crushed, you can still win the game. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, this game's not winnable." Yeah, a lot of times I'd question to say they are. It just sometimes they're not winnable with your current skill level. But if you want to rank up, you genuinely care, and you want to be, you want to stop being called terrible at the game. I mean, genuinely, you have to start doing some soul searching. You have to understand it's okay to be the rank you are. It's nothing negative. You're not less of a person. You're not less of a player. You have to understand, like, a lot of us, myself included, have 9 to 5 jobs. We have stuff on the weekends. We go to church on Sundays. We do this. We do that. We have events. We have things coming up all week. We're at work all day. And then we come home and we try and deload. And then we play a game like this. So I'm not going to be great. I'm not going to be the best. And I don't expect to be. But I do know that if I put a little bit of time in it and a little bit of intentionality and I focus on getting better, I'll rank up. And that's exactly how I ranked up, to be completely honest with you. I objectively looked at myself. so many people on YouTube said I was terrible. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. Well, that's with everyone. People talk trash about the best players in Dota. I see it on their streams. There's guys who are like 3K MMR or whatever. No, it's not 3K. There's guys who there's this one guy. He's like Russian, and he's like 12.9K MMR, and people still talk trash about him. And he's just like, you're not even like a fourth of my MMR. How can you tell me what to do? And he calls it out on stream. So it just goes to show you, you're never going to be good enough to be able to win the approval of the masses. Being good at this game doesn't mean you're valuable. It just means you've spent time soul reflecting and getting better at the game. And that's all this is. If you're Guardian, if you're Herald, you're not technically a bad person. You're not sucky at the game. It's just you haven't reached the point in your development to where you're ready to handle the next set of challenges. And to handle the next set of challenges, you have to earn it. You have to be looking at the map. You have to learn how to call shots. You have to learn counter picks. You have to learn what champ does good versus what. You have to understand, not every game's going to be a rock star game. You're not always going to be MVP, and you need to be okay with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this new style of content. I just had this game and thought it would be cool. These videos may not do well at all. I don't know. I'm tend to rant. But at least it's some type of content for people to kind of digest. There are tons of people who are kind of stuck in their rank, and I have found that there is not many good Dota 2 coaches who can help you for free on YouTube learn how to play the game better. I know about Game Leap. I know about Banana Slam Jamma. They are wonderful as far as free content, but the game of Dota is evolving so fast and so different, and every meta is different with new champions and new things to learn. So I think the most important thing is to just learn the game. Just learn that the game's going to change and be able to identify your gameplay and change with the meta. And that's really the goal, is to just learn and you'll rank up. And then if your fundamentals are solid, it doesn't matter what the meta does. Like, regardless of how many patches come out, I'm going to be an Archon Legend player until I decide to improve further, until I decide to boost my rank, which quite frankly, I don't enjoy ranked gameplay. I'd rather play turbo. It's convenient, it's quicker. I can get a couple of games in, relax, and get off. And that's kind of what I'm doing. But that's a long message. I do hope you enjoy the content. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these style just because I think it's helpful. I want to be the helpful Dota guy. Like I said, I'm not great. I'm not perfect. But I do want to be able to give help to people who are looking for it, and I do want to be a source to help those people. So if you got anything out of it, like and subscribe. Again, make sure to follow. Watch the 2 videos at the end. It greatly supports the channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Thank you again. See you later.